Most people nowadays are deciding, you know, of course I can go to Google. If I want to go to Google and look up Nancy Gospel, I can do that. And again, anything I say this morning is not stalking. Stalking is when I'm trying to find out something about Nancy that she doesn't want me to know about her. That's stalking. But when I'm looking at social media profiles like LinkedIn, I'm actually paying respect to Nancy because I'm taking the time to learn who she is, what's important to her, what's relevant in her world, and how I can build rapport and add value to her. Okay, so it's in no way, shape, or form stalking. So nowadays, it makes total sense before you do anything in business to not only go to Google, and by the way, Google is so 20th century. We've already entered the second decade of the 21st century. It makes so much sense to actually go to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to do your research on the companies you want to sell to or network with or partner with or the people you want to do business with. So on LinkedIn, the first thing I want to show you is your profile. Now, some of you have great profiles, but I'm going to tell you after doing this for 8 years, about 80% of the people in the world that are on LinkedIn, and there's 100 million people on LinkedIn, I'm going to tell you that about 80% of the LinkedIn profiles in the world look like they were slapped together at 2:30 in the morning after a couple tequilas. I'm not making a value judgment because I like tequila too. But huge doors of opportunity swing on little tiny hinges, and people are in a hurry. And if they're checking you out and they don't like what they see, that could be a lost opportunity. So all I'm going to say here is maximize your profile and make it as robust and professional as you possibly can. We could talk for a long time about how to do that. Actually, Nancy shared with me the actual booklet that you guys have access to on how to leverage LinkedIn and how to set up a profile. I speak to so many different companies across so many different industries on a monthly basis, and I'm not saying this to blow smoke. The brochure that Nancy gave me that you internally have here at your organization is probably the best brochure I've seen among any organizations that very succinctly explains how to build a robust LinkedIn profile. So I would leverage that to the nines, and I would use that most effectively. So here you're just looking at my LinkedIn profile. Again, this isn't a Mona Lisa. It's not intended to be a Mona Lisa. But realize that more people, when they're thinking about possibly doing business with you, they're going to go to LinkedIn and see if you have a profile and how you present yourself. What's ironic and what's paradoxical about a lot of this social media stuff is that no matter how sophisticated social media gets, at the end of the day, you're still going to need those interpersonal, relational, human skills. Matter of fact, all the things that our parents told us when we were kids are hugely relevant as it relates to social media. Like, you only have one chance to make a first impression. We all heard that when we were kids. It's more true now. And has everybody figured out that the world's becoming more and more interconnected? How many people in the room are on Facebook? Can we agree that Facebook is the world's largest high school reunion? Okay, yes? So the world is becoming more and more interconnected, and there's more and more opportunities for us to do business. So your LinkedIn profile is basically how you present yourself to the world as a professional. By making sure that you're putting your hand, your right foot forward and extending your hand in a professional manner, you're letting the world know that you're proficient and you're credible at what you do. So you're looking at my LinkedIn profile right now, and I'm just showing this real quick. It's got a number of applications, which are things that actually show more about me. It's got video. How many people in the room are aware that you can put video on your LinkedIn profile? I don't see a single hand. Okay? So what I'm showing you here is imagine if people could look at your LinkedIn profile and not only see that textually, where static text, you're explaining who you are, what you do, what you're relevant about, and why you add value to your clients. But imagine if they could watch a 30-second or a 2-minute or a 3-minute max video of you saying, "Hi, my name's John Shack. Thanks for looking at my LinkedIn profile. Here's a little bit about what I do. I know you're a busy person, so I'll be very brief. Here's how I add value to my clients, blah, 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 blah." Now they're getting a know, like, trust feeling about you. They're not only seeing you in terms of what you're writing, but they actually get a feel for your body language, looking at the camera. So I would encourage you, if you don't already have video on your LinkedIn profile, add it. It's very, very simple, and I can walk you through how to do that. And again, it's free. Did I mention that LinkedIn is a free database? Now, you can actually pay for upgrades, but the free functionalities are pretty darn strong. And in a good economy, free is good. In an economy, like it says in the good book, an economy that sucketh, free is really good. Okay? Thanks for the mercy chuckle. Okay, but I mean, free is a great thing. So here you've got a link to my blog, you've got downloadable files, and then you've got your background and what you do. So at the very least, make sure you're maximizing your LinkedIn profile to project you as the professional that you are. Now, let's talk about connections. LinkedIn, and if you understand what I'm about to show you, and again, I apologize if this is rudimentary for some of you, but for some of you, this is going to be a real eye-opener. If you understand what I am about to say, you are going to lose sleep tonight. If you don't lose any sleep tonight, not to be too presumptuous, you did not understand what I'm about to say. It's that good. And it's not me, it's LinkedIn. LinkedIn makes visible the hidden connections that you already have, but that you don't know you have. This is gold. Okay? This is literally platinum if you have good networking skills and good sales skills. Because in a more and more interconnected world, we don't even know the connections that we have. So most of us nowadays have heard of the old 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? The whole world's getting smaller kind of thing. LinkedIn works in 3 degrees of separation. So it shows you who you're connected to, who they're connected to, and then ultimately who they're connected to. Okay? I've been doing this for a long time, so I have a very large network. I have over 10,000 first-degree connections and over 17 million third-degree connections. So I want to give everybody in the room a free gift. LinkedIn does not disclose its algorithms, just like Google does not disclose its algorithms. But because I do this every day, I know exactly what's going to happen when you send me an invitation to connect with you on LinkedIn. So I want to give everybody a very early Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Festivus gift, okay? When I get off this stage, and when you get back to your computers, and some of you are doing it right now on your Blackberries because I saw you in the back of the room, you want to send me an invitation to connect with you as quickly as you can. Because when I accept your invitation, somewhere between 2 and 3.5 million connections are going to be loaded into your account. That is literally going to save you years of building your own LinkedIn network. So when I say things like pay it forward and spread the love, I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. That's how I roll, baby. I want to help you. I want to help you make money with this thing. Instead of standing on the shore with a pole in your hand going, man, I hope there's some fish in that pond. Now you're actually fishing in a fully stocked pond. So what you want to do is you want to pull up my profile. You type Kevin Knebl in the search box in the upper right-hand corner. You open up my profile. You'll see me, face for radio. You'll recognize me. You pull me up. You click on the button that says Add Kevin to your network. You click Friend. If it asks you for my email address, kevin@kevinknebl.com, and then you type in the little box, I laughed at your dumb jokes at the Hub International Shark event in Chandler, Arizona, and then I will accept your invitation. That's going to give you about 2 to 3, maybe even more than 3 million connections in your database, so that when you do what I'm about to show you in 30 seconds, you're going to be fishing in a fully stocked pond. Now, I find it ironic that one of the most powerful functions of LinkedIn is actually one of the most hard to find, or one of the most obscure buttons on LinkedIn. So watch this. To the right of the search box up here, I click on Advanced. I keep calling LinkedIn a database. Here's one of the reasons why I call LinkedIn a database. I'm going to use an example here, and as I use this example, I want you to think about how you could leverage this example for your own purposes, whatever that is. So, let's say I do business with CFOs. I sell to CFOs, I network with CFOs, whatever. I'm going to show you how LinkedIn is a database. If I type CFO in there and I hit search, it's going to pull up a bajillion CFOs. So I need to refine my search. So here I want to see current CFOs, not CFOs from back when the earth was cooling, but I don't want to see CFOs in Bahrain, and I don't want to see them in Singapore, but I could if I wanted to. And I want to see them, let's say, within 10 miles of my house. So I go to 80906. Anybody familiar with Colorado Springs? Anybody ever been to the Broadmoor? I live across the street from the Broadmoor. I literally live in a postcard. It's heaven on earth. So I'm going to do a 10-mile search of my house, which actually, to be quite frank, is only a 5-mile search. Because if you actually do a search like this, my house is here. To the left of my house is literally the Rocky Mountains. There's nothing except mountain lions and bear out my left window. And to my right window is the Broadmoor. So technically, I'm doing a 5-mile search, but you get my point. Now, if I wanted to, I could refine this even down into industries. If I just wanted to see current CFOs within 10 miles of my house in the airline industry, or among any of about 100 other industries, or if I wanted to just look by role in the organization, can you see how this is a database? So let's just do a 10-mile search, current CFOs, 10 miles of my house, hit search, survey says, LinkedIn's looking through right now, 100 million people to see who fits that parameter, and it's going to come up in a second, and it's going to say that there are 117 results. Now, if you've been in business for more than 5 or 10 minutes, or 5 or 10 years, you should be going, oh my God. If we had had a laser-like tool that could go to this granular level and find our ideal prospects 10 or 15 years ago, this would have been great. But as they say in the infomercials, what, wait, there's more. So now, I'm just scratching the tip of the iceberg here. I'm going to use the guy that I always use as an example, even though I've never met this man once in my life. Okay? I just use him all the time. I've been using him for years. Walter Glover. I've never met this guy, but I can see here, again, we've already established that I'm not stalking. I pull up his profile. I can see that Walter Glover is the CFO of the U.S. Olympic Committee in Colorado Springs. I can see where he used to work. I can see where he went to school. I can see how many connections he has. I can see a link to his website. I can see a public profile. I can see what he did at these organizations. I can see how he gives back philanthropically to the local business community. I can see that the guy likes to golf. I can see he's proud of the fact that he was in Who's Who in America in 1971. Here's my rhetorical question to all of you top producing salespeople. Will this information serve me well if I'm looking to build a relationship with Walt Glover in some way? Only in a massive way. Okay? So just from a prospecting perspective, I've already shown you the keys to the kingdom in terms of building rapport right out of the gate. But it's even better. Remember how I said LinkedIn shows you the hidden connections you already have? Do you see the 2 next to Walt Glover's name? It's telling me that he is a second-degree connection of mine. It goes from me to a mystery person to Walt Glover. So here's another rhetorical question. Would you prefer to smile and dial and try and get past the gatekeeper and build rapport and oh mind if you catch that fish on the wall and leave scintillating voicemails and emails that will never be responded to and with marketing material that will go into the garbage can and position you as an intrusive pest? Or would you prefer to get a warm introduction through a mutual friend? You're going to take the warm introduction through a mutual friend every day, all day, and twice on Tuesday. So here, I can see here, because LinkedIn is a database, I can see who I know that knows Walt. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 10. I know 15 people in common with Walter Glover that I never knew prior to LinkedIn or social media. This is what we call a game changer, folks. Because now, again, if you're a spammer and you're a stalker and you're an unprofessional salesperson, which obviously you're not, you wouldn't be in this room if you were, since you're all top producers for an international insurance company. By having effective relational skills and networking skills and sales skills, now this is the holy grail. Because now you have the ability to connect with almost an unlimited number of people worldwide through mutual connections. So now I can click on get connected through a connection, get introduced through a connection. I pick the one that I know the best, let's pick Alex, and I go down to continue, and now I have a beautiful screen. And here, I can type a message to Alex. Hey Alex, I noticed that you know Walt Glover. Would you be so kind as to forward my message to him and maybe say something nice about me, so I was looking forward to meeting you. Thanks a lot, I owe you one, Kev. And then I type a message to Walt. Hey Walt, my name's kevinknebl. You don't know me from Adam, but it looks like you know my friend Alex. Alex usually kicks my butt all over the golf course. Does he kick your butt all over the golf course? Before you think this is a shameless solicitation, which it's not, I want you to know that I operate from a pay-it-forward perspective, but I'm guessing you probably don't believe that. So I want you to make me prove it. Here's my phone number, here's my email address. How can I add some value to you, either professionally or personally? I want to help you in some way, shape, manner, or form. I sincerely do. If you're open to a cup of coffee at Panera, I'm buying. At the very least, let's connect by email or by phone. I'm sure I can add value to you. At the very least, I can show you a couple things to do to tweak your LinkedIn profile. Hope you're having a great day. Maybe I'll see you on the course sometime. Rock on, Kev. And people ask me, would you actually send a message like that to him? And I say, word for friggin' word. And friggin's not a swear, it's a New Jersey term of endearment. Okay? And I would bet, not to be arrogant, but I would bet that if you were trying to get to Walt Glover through traditional, old, intrusive methods, and I was trying to get to Walt through a mutual friend, I would win every time. Again, I keep taking everything back to the relational aspect of it. Because if your message is, let me tell you how most companies and most individuals are using social media. Buy my product, 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 buy my product. The competition sucks, don't forget to buy my product. And they're wondering why nobody's buying the product. It's not a problem with social media. They just have the personality skills of Hannibal Lecter. And if you're Hannibal Lecter before LinkedIn, now you're just Hannibal Lecter on LinkedIn. Because no matter where you go, there you are. You cannot outrun your... Sometimes people come to me and they go, how should I be on social media? And I said, well, unless your name is Sybil and you're, multiple schizophrenic, you're probably going to just be however you are offline. So if you're, a nice, compassionate, caring person that wants to add value to their clients and their networking partners before social media, This is just even better. It's just another avenue for that. That's why I started with the Dale Carnegie stuff, okay? In that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, every chapter is summarized in one sentence. First 3 chapters, fundamental techniques in handling people. Number 1, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Number 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. Number 3, arousing the other person in eager want. The next 6 chapters are called How to Get People to Like You. And unless you're Tom Hanks living on an island somewhere with a volleyball named Wilson, this might be a good life skill. Number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. Number 2, smile. Number 3, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Number 4, be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. Number 5, talk in terms of the other person's interest. And number 6, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. If you just apply those 9 principles to every single thing you do in social media, you will crush your competition. Because you will have no choice but to build a know, like, trust relationship with everybody that you do business with or refer business to.